Welcome to the position of power. I'm Richard Detergy, and today I'm talking all about how to find your unique position of power. Now, this is perfect for you if you are struggling to compete in the marketplace and you're constantly running offers. I mean, talking about you're running your 7-day, you're running your free events. You've been like in the space for 10 years and you're still doing free stuff. If this is you, listen in very carefully because I'm going to tell you right now, the next 20 minutes of how to find your position of power so you don't have to compete in the freebie section. If that's you, comment below if you've been competing in the free world for too long. If you're a person that is running a gym or running a successful studio and you're constantly battling for the competitors and people are coming and saying, well, this is what the next store is offering. If you've ever lost your clients to someone up the road because they were cheaper, this is for you. Listen in very carefully. It's how to find your position of power. And you know what I'm talking about. You're a leader in the marketplace and you know you're a leader. You know how you have an amazing product and you know when people there, they have an amazing time. But quite frankly, you're still competing on price. Guys, if you're still competing on price and you've been in the industry for a little bit of time, that's you. It means then you're doing something wrong, being you don't understand where your position of power is. It's like, the battery where it's low on battery will charge you up. So you feel charged every day. You never have to compete on price. And you can always go into the marketplace with confidence, with domination, knowing that you're the only person that can get amazing results for your clients. Guys, if you're just tuning in now, I'm Richard Turnji, and we are doing this live. If you're watching this on live on replay, all you have to do is comment to say hello, where you're tuning in from, so I know that you're there. And once I know you're there, I'll say hello. Always good to actually include your business name in the comments live on replay, because again, when you do that, we can understand where you're calling from, where you're tuning in, and most importantly, to grow this community. Guys, this is a big issue, If you've ever given free stuff away, right? Free, I know I have, I know our clients have, but when you understand that you shouldn't be going direct sales, you shouldn't have to be doing the hard pushy sales. This is when your life will change. I mean that in that way, your life will change. You won't have to push and push and push on sales all the time. You won't have to be that sleazy salesperson we all hate. You're going to have clients that are flowing in freely because they've already seen what you do and you come high recommended. Guys, that's what we're talking about today. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So if this is you, right? If you've given away too many things for free, right? We want to bring your superpower into your marketing moving forward. Guys, this is a group here, Studio Success Secrets, for any studio owners or budding studio owners that are wanting to really take this space up and be that leader in the space. Right now, we have an amazing opportunity in the space of the world. I believe the next 6 months will be the defiant mode where you either take the lead or you get out of the way for somebody else to take the lead. So are you going to take the lead or are you just going to get out of the way? Right, take the lead if you're ready to take the lead right now, because you want to take the lead, you're going to stand up tall, you're going to stand out bright, and you're going to make sure that people know who you are in your local area. And let's talk about how to do that. I've got a 4-step process I'm going to run through right now of how to do that. And if this has ever been your situation, remember, guys, think about what you're doing and how you can adjust it. Welcome, Jackson, Joey, Sharon. Good to have you here. I know you guys are leaders in your space and you've been doing it for a while. So this is definitely something that you can take away. So point one, guys, is what are you? Who are you? How can you define yourself? So my good friend and partner, Steve Jensen, he runs Impact Training. He does some training with us and been doing so ninjas for a long time now. And there was one thing that there's lots of things with Steve, but there's one thing that he really highlighted on is that the question is the only, the first, the biggest, the smallest, the fastest. The first time I've heard about this from Steve, and we use it in a lot of our trainings and on how do we kind of find our messaging. Because when you're doing the sales process, in sales, you need to make sure that you can say that, but when we're doing the marketing, we want to make sure that we can actually bring that on the front end as well. So the question to you, what are you? Are you the only, the first, the biggest, the smallest, the fastest? True story. I had I got into the fitness industry at a relatively young age. I left school in year 10, and I decided that I didn't like school. Who does like school, by the way? I didn't anyway. I left school in year 10, and I decided that I wanted to be a personal trainer. Back then, there wasn't that many courses to figure out if you could be a trainer or not. I went to TAFE, did my certificate there for 2 years, and then I decided to become a personal trainer. In fact, at the age of 17, I had my certificate of personal training, and at 18, I purchased a fitness studio. And so what I did in the early days to find my position of power, because when you're young, little lap, and you're trying to charge someone some big dollars for personal training, it's quite tough in the marketplace, you could imagine. But so for a long time there, I lied about my age. Shh, don't tell anybody. I lied about my age, so I was a little bit older than I was, like 10 years plus, because I wanted to make sure that people took me seriously. But then after I reflected, I go, wow, that actually was a milestone in my life. And so, a couple of years, about a year lying about my age, I decided, okay, let me embrace this and let me just go full throttle on it. And so my tagline for many years was Australia's youngest personal trainer, And before I was against it, but then a year into it, wow, this is actually a position of power that I have, because I couldn't, have the experience everybody had, but what I had the willingness. I had the willingness to get you results. And so my position of power is like, yeah, I'm one of the youngest personal trainers in Australia. How good is that? And at the same time too, I purchased a studio, and the studio, their position of power was Australia's first private fitness studio. Yes, show my age. Australia's first private fitness studio was a guy called Matt Church. Some of you may know him. Matt Church created it. I purchased it off another owner. But the tagline was Australia's first private fitness studio, meaning that you could train in groups of 2 or 3 or 4. And I know that it's common now, but it was the first. So I was Australia's first youngest personal trainer, training in Australia's first private fitness studio. So they were USPs. They were what I was. I wasn't the most experienced by far. I didn't have all the qualifications by far, but what I did have was my position of power. So what we do right now is, number one, what is your position of power? Are you the only women's only fitness studio, the first fitness studio, the largest, the smallest, the most unique, the oldest? What are you? I want you to do that now in the comments. What are you? I'm talking about in your local town, or it could be Australia, or it could be New Zealand. It could be wherever. It could be in your suburb. Are you the first, only, biggest, smallest, fastest? What are you? Write that in the comments now if you're watching that live on replay. That's number one, point number one. So when you have that, you want to make sure that that's your armor you're putting on. And this is what you're going to be standing for. And this is really important, to be clear and precise and own that space. For the first year when I was a personal trainer, I certainly didn't own that I was the youngest. I certainly didn't own it. I literally lied about my age. I put 10 years on top of it. And I didn't feel right. But then as soon as I realized that, hey, I've got eagerness, I've got youngness on my side, and I can get people into shape, I own that space. So guys, own what you have. It's really important. Okay, number 2, let's talk about that, guys. Comment below if you're watching this live and replay. What are you? The only, first, biggest, fastest, whatever you are. There's 1,000 different words there. Use those. Number two, guys, is why you? Why you? So you want to ask your clients this: why do they train with you? What do they train with you for? They don't train with you just to continue losing weight, because they've lost the weight. They're sticking you for reasons. So I'm specifically asking you, why do people train with you first, and then why do they continue training with you? So why do they come to you first? They might say, oh, you were the cheapest. But why do they continue training with you? If they've got their results, why do they continue training with you for? So you can ask your clients these 2 questions. They're so simple to ask. Put a message in your group, ask them one-on-one, just ask them a simple question: why they train with you for? Now, what you're looking for is a common thread, something that's similar, a repeating pattern, because that's your little secret sauce. I call it position of power, secret sauce. Your secret sauce, the Herbson recipe, the Colonel Sanders secret sauce in his chicken. What is yours? It could be that you're the kindest trainer. It could be that you care. It could be that you push your clients. It could be that you turn up on time. It could just be that you care for them. You have a great community, any of those kind of things. Guys, what do you think yours is, number 2? Why you? Because there's a lot of people they can choose from. They're coming to you because something that you said, you did, you promoted, you do. That's why they're sticking with you for. It's very important you know that. If you don't know that, then you've got to start competing on price. Are you getting the theme, guys? Number one, are you the only first, biggest, smallest, fastest? My friend Steve Jensen told me that first piece. Shout out to him. Number two, ask your clients why they train with you. And you'll start to see a common thread. That's what we're looking for here. These are the two most important things before we can move on. Otherwise, we're just talking like everybody else. It's unnecessary to talk like everybody else. Again, I did that when I was young, when I was a personal trainer at 17. I lied about my age. I said I was 27, but I realized that was wrong. It was wrong because that wasn't my position of power. My position of power, that I was the youngest personal trainer in Australia. Youngest. Now, some people won't like it. Some people will. I can tell you right now, I was very successful at an early age, getting into the studio. Why? Because people like the eagerness. People want to make sure they get the results. They want to feel young. I make them feel young. How good's that? Guys, if you want to feel young, right? Young. I'm going to make sure you're still here. Jackson says only personalized group training facility. Yes. Amazing. You might think to yourself, well, but everybody else is doing personalized. Or I'm not experienced personal trainer like everybody else. It doesn't matter. Because unless you're competing with worldwide enterprises, you only have to be the best in your local suburb. That's all you have to do. Once you master that, guess what? You win the game. Nobody's going to travel. If you're in Sydney, you're not going to travel to Perth. At the moment, we can't even travel anywhere. So you only have to be the best in your localized area, and you have to own that space as the biggest, the only, the smallest, the fast, the most prestige, whatever it is. Okay, number three, guys, if you're just tuning in, number three, Ainsley says young. Yes. Number three is write your signature statement. What does this mean? You want to take your what and your why and you put it in a statement. How good's that? You put in a statement. So I'll give you an example here. I prepared earlier. We're the only female fitness studio in Alexandria, and your clients vote us as the best for caring for each and every person. We're the only female fitness, it talks about your avatar, in Alexandria, in Sydney, in Brisbane, in Perth, in whatever suburb you're in Rouse Hill. And our clients vote us the best for caring for each and every person. Our clients voted us the best. Have you ever been traveling in the country and you're driving, and then guess what happens? Australia's best pies. That gets me every single time. Every time. We've been voted the best pies in this area. We've been voted the best pies in Australia. Oh my gosh. Every time I must test it out because that's a big statement. And I'm thinking, well, hang on, they must be the best here. Now, a lot of the time they're very good. How can I compare to different pies all around Australia when you're driving in regional areas? You've got to test it out. So that's what it's about. Now, if the pie backs up and they do taste good, I'll go for number two. And that's what it's about, guys. It's about keeping them coming back. You need to be a good product. Okay, we're not here to teach you, how to actually train. It's not my conversation day. I assume that you're already amazing. What we're doing here is to put you on the front end. So take your what and why and put into a statement. We're the only female fitness studio in Alexandria that care for the clients at a 10 out of 10 every time. We're the only female fitness studio in Alexandria that gets the kind of results that gets people back into shape. It doesn't matter what it is for you. You need to make that statement, and you need to make it proud, with precision, with clarity, and you start now to tell people on the outside that you are the best that you do. People want the best. They want the fastest. They want the most prestige. They want the most luxury. They're looking for what they want. If you don't tell them, guess what you have to do? You have to compete in the free space. The free space. Somebody once told me there's always room at the top. The bottom is congested. There's always room at the top. The bottom is congested. We don't want to be living in the bottom of the sea. We want the top of the sea. The bottom of the sea is congested. You want to be at the top of your game. There's always room at the top. All right, who agrees with that? Just write top if you're tuning in right now. So good to have you guys watching this live or on replay. We are doing these series. If you're watching the Studio Success, if you're loving this, there's a whole bunch of different videos you can watch. And this is the way that you can get involved, guys. If you want more help on this, let me know. Just write help. We'll get in contact with you. Now, number 4 is the important thing. Number 4 is the super important thing. Number 4 is what I call Are you the world's best kept secret? Are you the world's best kept secret? For a long time, we're the world's best kept secret. You're probably the world's best kept secret right now. That you're good at what you do. Your clients love you. You get great referrals. Oh my gosh, they'll rave about you in the session. But outside the session, when people are coming in, they have no idea that you're the only, the first, the best. They have no idea that you're the only training facility. They have no idea the kind of results you get in your signature statement. Why? Because you don't tell anybody. The one that screams the loudest gets heard. The one that screams the loudest gets heard. I know what you're thinking. I'm not like that. I don't want to advertise myself to be that person. You know, that person I'm talking about, the one that you see the ads in there, the super successful trainer with the ripped abs, and they're walking around the beach saying we're the best, or they're driving their Lamborghini or their Ferrari. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about being real and being strong in your marketing messaging. That means that you want to use your statement, the only, the first, the best in everything you do. When I was a trainer at 17, I always used Australia's youngest personal trainer, because that's all I had going for me. I had no idea of experience. So you got to go with your position of power. So use it in your social media posts, number one, on your website, number two, in your videos and your tagline. Social media, website, videos, tagline. You must put your position of power, your signature statement, what you are in these positioning pieces, because then people know what you do. Guys, at Com, one of our positioning statements is we're the only digital marketing education company that is partnered with Fitness Australia, Exercise New Zealand, Mind Body Online, some of the largest players in this space. We're the only, you can go choose any marketing company. In any marketing company, there's probably 15,000 out there, but we're the only one that is positioned with these guys. Why? Because we get results and we understand the industry. Why would you take your chances anywhere else? I have no idea. So that's one of our positioning statements at Com here. We work exclusively with the health and fitness industry, and we focus heavily on studio owners. So we become masters in this area. We can say that with pride because it's fact and it's truth. Guys, you're just watching this now. I would love to know, have you included your signature statement in your social media, your website, your videos, your tagline? Write 1, 2, 3, or 4. If you write 4 if you've done them all, or 1 if you've done 1, or 2, or 3, or 4. Guys, this is what it's about now. This is the key missing ingredient on generating consistent leads. Not even just consistent leads that know what you do. So if you don't want to be a salesman, like a door knocking salesman, you know what I'm talking about? They're knocking your door. Who does that now? And they're trying to sell you something. I mean, nobody even answers now, right? That's the half the problem. Or you get the phone calls. Hey, this is not a sales call, but I want to talk to you. You know, those ones, if you don't want to be that, well, you need to do this. You need to find your position of power. Once you find your position of power, then guess what happens? Your Facebook ads generate better quality leads. When someone asks you, can you give me a deal? You say no. Did you know that we're the only studio in this area that guarantees you the results? Why would you want to take your chances elsewhere? Definitely not. They see your case studies, they see your success stories, and they buy into. Guys, if you don't tell people how amazing you actually are, I don't know who's going to do it. Do you think a news station will come out and just say, hey, you're amazing, let's run a report on you? No. Do you think your clients will kind of like, yeah, some of them naturally will tell people. Do you think they're going to go around after their session and say, hey, I just had the best session at the best personal training studio in this area, you should go join? They're not going to do that for you. Now, if you don't do it, and if you don't tell people what you're doing, who's going to do it? There's no point writing on a piece of paper and then just putting it down, because nobody sees your desk. So if you don't put the last part in the marketing, then everything that you're doing and all your experience, your expertise, the courses, the CEC programs you do, everything that you do to make your amazing studio amazing, all the late nights you spend, all the programming you do, you can wave it goodbye, because it doesn't mean anything. There's an old saying that says, if it's not on the Instagram, it's not live. If you're not gramming, if you're not taking pictures, it's not true. If it's not online, it doesn't exist. I'll say that again. If it's not online, it doesn't exist. If it's not online, it doesn't exist. I'm talking about existing for the people that you want to get into, your clients, your amazing potential clients that you're getting in. Guys, I hope that's helped. I want you to recap, what was the number one piece that you prefer better? Was it, what are you, the first, biggest, fastest, smallest, whatever? Right, one, if that's you. Right, two, why you? Ask your clients why they're training with you. Have you done that? Number three, your signature statement. Make sure your statement's really clear and precise where you want to get to. Number four, the most important, scream from the rooftop, included into your organic social media posts, your website, your videos, and a tagline. Guys, I hope that's helped. If you're watching this in replay, remember to just write watch replay and tag in your studio, your location. That'd be amazing. I'm really excited because when we work with our studio owners, they start to understand this position of power, and they no longer have to keep running these free ads, these stock images. When you do that well. So it's been a pleasure, guys. If you want more help on this and you're a studio owner that is kind of struggling with it all to do it all, because there's a lot to do. There's the marketing, the sales, there's the operation, there's the training, list goes on. If you want a bit of help and clarity and precision and just, don't want to stay up at night trying to figure it out yourself, or don't want to compare 5 different coaches online and watch from the sidelines, come to the field of play. We have a program called Com Ninjas. And if you want some help with that, just reach out, say hello, say help, and we'll send you through a video I prepared earlier. It's about a 15-minute video, and it kind of takes you through our 8-step framework. We start with brand, we finish optimization, and there's a whole bunch of things in between that. So it's a 15-minute video, and I think it will help you out quite a lot. If you want that, I'll drop the link in the comments. Other than that, I hope that's helped. Think about what's your position of power. It doesn't matter what age you are, what experience you have. Take it from me, 17 as a trainer. I had no experience at all, but I used that in my position of power to build up one of Australia's most successful private fitness studios in Neutral Bay. And then I was able to on-sell that. And I did that again with another company I had called Corporate Wellness, Australia's largest corporate wellness company. I was able to build it up and sell that. I'm saying this to you because I did all this through ensuring that people knew my position of power with each business I had. At Com Guys, we're the same. We're the only digital marketing education company that exclusively is partnered with Fitness Australia, Exercise New Zealand, MindBody Online. These are massive brands. MindBody Online is the largest CRM platform in this space. Fitness Australia is the largest CEC provider and education certification company in this space. Exercise New Zealand, the largest. So guys, if you want to stop selling free stuff, now's your time. Find your position of power. It's been amazing. I'll catch you next time on the Studio Success Secrets live Facebook. Remember too, if you love this and you've got a colleague, simply just invite them into the group and tag him in and say, hey, I want to join. Let me in. We'll let you in. Hope that's helped, guys. Catch you later. Bye for now.